How's it going, guys? It's K Cars, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you guys about if the Dodge Challenger is a good daily driver or not. So this is going to be mainly like a talking video, like just me talking, sitting here, nothing else. So if you don't like my voice or anything like that, you probably shouldn't be watching this video. This video is only my opinion. Other people are going to have different opinions about if the Dodge Challenger is a good daily driver or not. So yeah, if you guys get mad, it's just my opinion, just remember that. So the short answer of the question, my short answer, my opinion, is no. I don't think the Dodge Challenger is a good daily driver. Not even the SXT, GT, whatever. Honestly, I've never even driven a V6 Challenger, but I have a feeling it's pretty much similar to a ScatPack or anything like that. I know the suspension is a little bit higher on the SXTs and GTs, but it's still pretty low, like lower than a average sedan daily driver, practical car, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so I don't think even the V6s would be a good daily driver, but since I don't have any experience with those, I'll just talk about the ScatPack and why I don't think it would be a good daily driver. I guess I could kind of compare it to a Charger, although I've never driven a Charger. I'm just going to compare it to it even though I don't have any experience. In my opinion, I think the suspension is the biggest reason why I think the Challenger is not a good daily driver. Just because it's so low, whenever you're driving into a parking lot, you always have to make sure that the curb is not high enough for you to scrape on your front splitter. So around the place where I live, they just paved the main road to get out of the neighborhood, which is great. We need paved roads around here because they all suck. But pavement goes up so high that I can't even take the main road out of the neighborhood because I know I would scrape. I'm not even going to try it. I'm not going to risk it. So I have to drive through the whole neighborhood and take a different way out, which isn't a huge deal, but you know, that's one reason why I don't think it's a good daily driver. And then I'm sitting in this parking lot right now. There was kind of like a little dip. It went down and back up. I thought I was going to scrape on it. I was already pulling into the road. There were cars coming straight at me. I had to go really slow to make sure I wasn't going to scrape, and luckily I didn't scrape. So that's kind of the main reason that I don't think the Dodge Challenger is a good daily driver. Now, on to the second reason. Let me see if I can show you guys what I'm talking about here. Not sure if you can see that, but there's literally no leg space for the back seats. So if you're gonna have a daily driver, you're probably gonna want a car that can take more than 2 people in it. The Dodge Challenger cannot really do that comfortably. Now, I have tried to take people in the back. It did work, but there was literally no leg room. The front seat had to be pushed up pretty much all the way for there to be any leg room in the back. And even when it was pushed up all the way, the person in the back had really, like, it was a small person, had really small legs, stuff like that. So yeah, that was fine. But if you had anybody bigger, it literally wouldn't work. Like, you can't take more than 2 people in this car. So comparing it to the Charger, as you guys know, the Charger is a 4-door sedan, which is awesome for a daily driver. And also for a muscle car. Pretty sure it's like the world's fastest sedan or something like that. But anyways, the Charger is a 4-door, as you guys all know. So you can easily take 4 people, like 4 or 5 people. I'm guessing the middle seat in the back doesn't really have any space, just like any middle seat in the back of a sedan. But I'm sure you can comfortably take 4 people in a Dodge Charger. At least a lot more comfortably than in a Challenger. But with a Charger, one thing you also have to worry about is the ground clearance. Like I was talking about for the main reason of this video, the ground clearance of a Charger, I'm pretty sure it's similar to that of a Challenger. So that's one thing you still have to be careful with a Charger when comparing it to the Challenger. Now yes, the Charger has 4 seats, you can take more people, it's more practical as a daily driver. And I'm pretty sure more people use Chargers as daily drivers when compared to Challengers. And it's easy to see why. I mean, I just told you guys the reason. It has 4 doors. You can comfortably seat 4 people in there if you have to. And it's probably just an all-around more comfortable car. Now, I'm not saying the Challenger isn't comfortable. I'm just saying it's not good for 4 people, not good to have passengers in the back. In the front, it's extremely comfortable. Like, I can take this car, I've driven it like, what, 6 hours to Ocean City for Ocean City Cruise Week a few years ago, I think. And I did that no problem. Like, obviously, a 6-hour car drive, you are gonna start hurting after a few hours. Like, it's gonna happen no matter what kind of car you have, Rolls Royce, Bentley, whatever. But I was actually pretty surprised how comfortable it was for that car drive. Like 6 hours in a Dodge Challenger, muscle car, 2-door, sports car, whatever. It was still very comfortable. Now, I guarantee if you took a Charger and you only sat in the front seats, and then you took a Challenger, sat in the front seats, did that same 6-hour drive, you probably wouldn't feel much of a difference, honestly. They're basically the same car in the front seats. Now, the back seats is where the main difference is, obviously, because it's a 4-door. So let me just show you guys what I'm talking about here. So I am sitting in the passenger seat of the Challenger. As you can see, the seat is all the way back, as far back as it can go, and this is great. I have a bunch of leg room, a bunch of space to sit. I can spread out, you know, spread my arms out, spread my legs. I can actually put my legs all the way out like that, as you can see, and I still have room. So let me show you guys how much room I would have if I put the seat all the way up so the person in the back would have any room. Okay, honestly guys, I'm not even gonna try to sit in there because there's literally no leg room. So if you want leg room in the back, you have to sacrifice the leg room in the front. As you can see, I can't even fit my hand in between these, like the seat and the glove compartment here. Now, looking at the back, you do have some space in the back, but like I said, you're sacrificing the space in the front. So right here, I'd say that's about a foot of leg space in the back, which is really good for a 2-door muscle car like this. But the front seat has to be up all the way, like I said. But another thing you have to worry about if you're using this car as a daily driver is rock chips for the front and sides, literally everywhere. So right here you can see there's a pretty good rock chip right there. It's not sure how well you guys can see that, but it's pretty bad. So yes, there are things you can do like paint protection film, expel, whatever you want, but that costs a lot of money, a couple $1,000 to get the whole car expelled. And yes, most of those rock chips probably do happen on the highway, like on those 6-hour drives to Ocean City like I was talking about. But if you're using this car as a daily driver, you get behind a truck in the city, something like that, it kicks up a bunch of rocks, it can scratch your paint. I've had that happen before, and that's what happens when you use this car as a daily driver. But I guess if you're not really a car guy, that wouldn't really matter to you. Then also today, I was driving around the city. I guess I drove under a tree or something, and something hit the roof of the car. I don't know what it was, sounded like a rock or an acorn maybe, I don't know. Pine cone, something like that, honestly. But it was really loud, and I was like, what the heck was that? Then I got out, I looked at the roof. Luckily nothing happened, there weren't any scratches or dents. But just saying, stuff like that can happen. So rock chips, stuff falling on your car, getting behind trucks, having them kick up rocks, making rock chips on the front of the car, all that stuff. That's what happens with daily drivers. So like I said, a solution for that is paint protection film like expel, but it's a few $1,000s to get the whole car expelled. I'm not sure how much it would cost just to get the front, but that's probably something I need to look into in the future whenever I get those rock chips fixed up, which I don't know when that'll be. So far, the reasons that I have is, I forgot. Ground clearance, no room in the back, rock chips, and you know, stuff falling. That's all the same reason, I guess. And the fourth reason, I would say, you just make people mad around the city when you drive this thing. Like, if you actually care about this car and you drive it around the city, there are gonna be potholes probably no matter where you drive around here they're horrible. So I have to drive very slow if there's potholes. Right now they're trying to like redo the roads. They put like steel plates over the potholes or something. Doesn't make sense because they're literally just making the roads worse, it seems like. But yeah, so there's steel plates on some of the roads here, and literally the speed limit's like 40. I go 10. I don't care about the people behind me. I know I'm making them mad, but you know, I don't want to, like, I'm gonna drive slow if there's steel plates on the road and I'm driving this car. Now, if I had a different, like, practical daily driver that I didn't care about, I probably would drive the speed limit over those steel plates. It wouldn't matter to me because, you know, it's just a daily driver that you don't care about. Obviously, if you have a Dodge Challenger ScatPack, you probably care about it a lot. And you're not just gonna go flying over some potholes or some steel plates with it. So you gotta go slow. You make people mad driving around the city. I do it all the time. People hate me for it, I guess. But it doesn't matter. I don't care. I think it's funny, honestly, when people get mad at me. Because then whenever the roads get better, I just zoom right past them, look them in the eyes, see how mad they are. They get even more mad. And it's fun. It's funny. So yeah, I mean, that's a good reason to have a Challenger as a daily driver, but it's also a bad reason because you have to go slow around the city in some places. Another reason is the visibility. So let me show you guys the visibility out of a Challenger that has a shaker. I'm holding the camera right about eye level right here, and as you can see, you can't really see much in front of you. The shaker does take up some space, and my seat is almost as high as it can go. It's a little bit lower than the max level, but it is almost as high as you can go. So whenever you're like going over a hill, you literally can't see in front of you. You have to look all the way up, and even then, you still can't see what's directly in front of you. And I know it's like that with every car. Like, you're not gonna be able to see what's directly in front of the car. But with most practical cars, you can at least see a lot better than what you can see in a Challenger, especially one with a shaker. So there's another reason that I don't think it's a good daily driver. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm one of those people that doesn't like driving this car in the rain. It just makes it dirty. Like, I know a lot of people are like, I tell people I don't like driving this car in the rain, and they're like, what? The rain just cleans your car. I guess that's another reason that this car wouldn't be a good daily driver. If you don't like driving in the rain, if you like keeping it clean, then that's something you're gonna have to consider if you live in an area where it rains usually. So I like to keep this car extremely clean, and I hand washed it one day with Adams Polish's wash and wax, and then I put H2O garden gloss on it. And like a week later, I parked it somewhere, it rained, a bunch of pollen got on it, and it got those little circles that get stuck in the paint or whatever, and they're hard to get out. So, and that was a few weeks ago. I still haven't washed the car. So I'm definitely gonna wash it either tonight or tomorrow to actually make it look good for once. And hopefully it's not gonna rain anytime soon. So yeah, guys, that's probably gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the more laid back, like, setting of the video. Just me talking to the camera in front of me. Nothing fancy, no fancy editing or anything like that, just me talking. I know some of you guys probably hated that, but oh well. So basically, I don't even know how many reasons I talked about, but reasons that the Dodge Challenger is not a good daily driver, in my opinion. Ground clearance. Let's see if I can remember them. So I have ground clearance, rock chips, no backseat leg room, making people mad if you drive slow around the city, and then the last one, which I literally just talked about and I can't remember it. Oh, I got it. Fifth reason is keeping the car clean. So yeah, those are 5 reasons why I don't think the Dodge Challenger is a good daily driver. If you want a good daily driver and you still want good performance, I would suggest the Charger, just because it's a 4-door sedan. It still has a lot of power. You can get it with a lot of power. So the only thing that would solve is the back seat leg space. Other than that, you still have to worry about the other 4 reasons, which I'm not even going to try to remember right now. But anyways, like I said, hope you guys enjoyed this laid back style of video. Give me some video suggestions down in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, found it entertaining. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.